Welcome back to Joy News Interactive with me, Victor Brache. Now let's go to our Joy News Facebook page. We had to put a question there, and I'll read. Is the day before elections, and official campaigning has ended, but the NPP is having a press conference today at Adentan, and Dr. Indom is commissioning the Indom School of Business and Technology. Isn't this a bit risky on the part of political parties? We put this up on social media, and there's some few comments that people have written on. David Zraza writes, at this point, the parties must be careful, especially the NPP. Kojo Bill writes, but Chelsea changed GM and now they are on top of the league with 3 points. Prince Nuruddin Baumia writes, I have made my mind to vote for change, period. And Jamel Gamali puts out an emoji that says, I'm out. And we have Isaac Dawn who says 4, making reference to the ballots that we post on the page. Cyprus Ni Ado says, Asemo. And Apia Kubi Williams also writes, as an independent thinker and researcher with free and fair elections, I predict a one-touch win for NPP, which is with 53%. However, you may feel about NPP winning this year's general elections. They did have a great message. This world is Bawumia and NPP as a party. They are our hope now, and we need to respect them based on their past governance. Kufuor on my mind. Arise for change. Let us vote for Nana Akufo-Addo. And then he lists a couple of things that people should pay attention to when they are voting. On our other post, we also put right. He says, next relevant question, please. Boateng Kenneth Dankwa writes, dancing is NDC. Michael Boni Adai Konedu also writes, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will win. Cyprus comes again to write, on which song are they going to dance with? Ahmed says NDC. Johnny says Nana. The last bit of it is Francis Anoche says, best dancers are mostly not good at winning genuine, free and fair elections. They concentrate more on their moves and rehearsals at the expense of the well-being of the masses. They are best at doing business with family and friends. Let's go to the other polls we did some 2 hours ago. JNI polls, and I read, the Progressive People's Party has gone into alliance with the People's National Convention and the National Democratic Party, where they support each other's parliamentary candidates in constituencies. We further ask, do you think this will cause an upset in this year's elections? Can you vote yes or no? So you see the faces of all the presidential candidates contesting in this year's elections, and a couple of messages here. Ruth Abanin says, God be with us all. We are one people, peace, peace, peace. Nuruddin comes again and says no. Sylvia Dankwa says no. Andrews Peace says yes. Cyprus comes and says no matter what the case may be, the answer is still no. And then we have Abdul Ganiu, philanthropist, writing maybe. This one was 15 hours ago. So there are a lot of conversation going on social media that people are expressing their views and comments and showing their understanding about how the elections are going to be like tomorrow. There are some people who asked, the election campaigning is over, but how are people still campaigning on social media, on Facebook? We can visit Nana Akufo-Addo's page to see whether there is still campaigning going on. In early hours, there was a video of what happened a day ago when they had their last rally. We find it difficult to open this, but we can still go back to the Joy FM page and read a couple of messages here on the post we put up. What are you voting for? And I read, Boga Ahmed says, I'm voting for truth, candidness, jobs, equitable distribution of the nation's wealth, stable power, lesser taxes, and brighter future for my baby boy. Good deeds also right. Voting for a stable economic growth, stable currency, and good governance devoid of corruption. Only change could bring this to bear. And then we have Paul Zonu saying continuity. If he has done well in infrastructure within 3 years, he will do well with the economy and jobs for 4 years. Let us not be wowed by the promises like the untutored maid. Nothing comes easy. I even think we should be calling on our leaders to focus on 2 or 3 areas per term, to spread oneself thinly to do many things in a term. In the end, does not allow the government to get any of our collective challenges solved. We have Winfred, who goes on to say, Ghana should vote for NDC based on how far Ghana has come to reap its fruits. Everyone is not perfect but at least looking at the level of development in Ghana, Ghanaians have reached the fruitful level and harvest time if they become hardened in their hearts. They will see real toil and suffering. All the people I know complaining on social media should be ashamed. If you people can afford data and participate on social media, then you have more room to improve and be creative as it is a mass that government cannot employ all citizens. So these are some of the comments on your social media page. We go for a quick break. When we come back, we will continue with what is on social media. Welcome back. Thank you for staying. For now, let's go to the various Facebook pages of both Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and that of John Dramani Mahama. And on John Dramani Mahama's page, we have 5 hours ago, he wrote, God's mighty hand shall continue to protect us. So, and then there are a few comments under it where somebody says, Royal Priesthood says, okay, tomorrow God decides. From my point of view, based on my observations since President Rawlings' days to date, JM has impressed me. Change must be for greater reason. But the most important reason that calls for change is happening under JM. So why change? We can go straight to Nana Addo's page. This video was 14 hours ago. It started around 9:37 yesterday on Facebook. People were streaming and people were watching the live streaming on Nana Addo's read. Somebody is talking about the possibility of blocking social media, but as I said, we have a reliable information that social media is not going to be blocked. But somebody expressed his view about the fact that it's going to be blocked, and I read, it says, mobile broadband is the popular form of internet connection for all Ghanaians today. About 19 million SIM cards are accessing internet connections on their mobile devices. As for the breakdown, it's going to be a little bit difficult to bring it to you, but Ghana Chamber of Telecom's data is about 3rd highest revenue streams for telecom companies. And this is about 30% of their inflows. Simply, this means if they all together were making 10 million Ghana cedis in a day, cutting the internet on election day could lead to about 3 million loss in revenue for MNOs. And this is how far we can bring to you on social media.